Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Stand Comedy Club. The show is about to start, so please take your seats. Something about no talking during the show, something about not being a COVID denier, and respecting people's space. Oh, enjoy the show! Woo!
I am just do nothing all day long. I wouldn't really be doing anything wrong. So I just sit here.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the best comedian we could get on a budget next to zero because it was zero, Adam Williams!
And nobody is singing along.
Stop it. Stop. My God. How are we doing tonight, everyone? Good. How are we doing tonight, everyone? Good. Okay, not much better, but that's fine. God, this is the biggest audience I've had in ever. Thanks. Thanks very much. Hi. I'd like to do a bit of interaction with the audience.
Okay.
How are you?
Good.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's fine.
What's tonight? Is it a special night tonight?
No, we're regulars.
You're regulars. Okay. So what else do you like to do for fun other than come to a comedy club?
Long walks on the beach.
I'm not trying to date you. And do you speak?
Yeah.
Oh, you do? Lovely, that's nice. Great, that was amazing. So, thought we'd start with some comedy. Am I right? This is a very mixed room. So, how did everyone get here today? Walked. Thanks for that. You?
I drove.
You drove. Lovely.
Airplane.
What, to here?
Yeah.
Is there? Do we have airplanes to here?
Yeah, you definitely do.
Okay. Yourself?
What?
Bike.
Okay, loser. So I got public transport. I got a bus, but I gotta say, I hate trains. Hate them. And the reason why is because I get really self-conscious on a train. So, if I'm on a train, what is it? You sit down. So you sit down. First of all, you're on the train. So you're there. Alright, and the first thing that happens is the ticket person comes along. And I go, right, okay, I don't get my ticket. And I'm like, oh, where did I put my ticket? And I start freaking out, and I start putting my hands in pockets, anyone I can find. And I stop and look at the person sitting next to me who's looking rather uncomfortable. So I take my hand out of the pocket. And then eventually, I find my ticket, and the ticket person comes. First crisis, over. Second crisis, I get cramp. Oh, it's horrible. My legs just cramping out, and I'm sat with these strangers, and they're all looking at me weird, and I just start trying to rub it to make it feel better. And I just start rubbing anything that feels good. And I look over at the person sitting next to me looking rather uncomfortable. So I stop rubbing their leg. Second crisis, over. The third crisis, and we've all had it. We've all needed a shit on a train. Have you experienced this feeling?
No idea.
What happened to you?
It was a terrible experience. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Okay, so you get up and you're like, right, I'm gonna go for a shit. So you're walking down the aisle. It's an aisle, right? Within the train? Is it an aisle? Yeah, okay, that's fine. Got a little bit subconscious there. So you're walking down the aisle, and then you see the people looking next to you, and they're like, what's he doing? The train's not stopped. Where's he going? I know where he's going. He's going for a shit. So you're making your way down, and you go into the toilet, and you sit down. You put a little bit of toilet paper in the water, just to stop it, splashing up and getting a little bit of a Poseidon's kiss. That's what I call it. And you're there, you're thinking to yourself, you're like, right, this is me on the toilet, by the way. Just want to make that clear. And you're thinking to yourself, right, this is going to be quick, and this is going to be quiet, because you don't want people to hear. You take a deep breath, and you push, and you stop it. It's going to be quick. It's not going to be quiet. And you're sitting there with it just hanging halfway past the ring, and you're just imagining the people outside, and they're there, and they're like, what's he doing? He's having a shit. What's it going to be? Quick, not quiet. How long can you keep this going? I don't know. This is really putting a stop to the show, isn't it? Yep. Maybe go back to the joke. Yeah, I think I will. So, I'm there and I'm like, okay, swinging halfway past the ring. And I just think, right, I'm just gonna do it. Just gonna go for it. And you push, and it's out. And everything's calm. And you go to get some toilet paper, and you look at the person sitting next to you, looking rather uncomfortable. Thanks very much. That's not a true story. It's not that good. But thank you. So you're a couple, yes?
Yes.
Lovely. I actually just got married myself. Thanks very much. I know, young. My wife's what? 12? No. She can fit in a 10. So it's not a paedophile joke. It's not. You thought it was though, didn't you? Just a little bit. That's because you have a very, very bad mind. Yeah, I'm not the problem, you are. It was an innocent joke.
When are the jokes starting?
In a minute.
Well, is this just like flirting with a couple, your idea of comedy?
I mean, depending on how well it goes, yes.
No, it doesn't look like it's going very well.
I think it's going alright.
I mean, I would read the audience a little bit. I don't think it's going well.
I would try and read the audience, but every time I look at your shirt, I get blinded.
Well, I mean, at least something's interesting in this room then.
What, your shirt?
Yeah.
That's it? Is that all you've got?
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like all you can do is talk to people, make them uncomfortable, and then speak about shitting.
That's my type of humour.
Yeah, well, I don't know, I just think I could do a better job.
You think you could do a better job than me?
I do, I think I could do a better job.
Really?
Yeah, to be honest. In fact, I might just come up on stage.
I don't think you will.
Are you sure?
Yeah. If you do, I'll stop you.
I'm just gonna come onto that stage.
Bring it on.
Why are you walking away? Just go that way.
You wouldn't there. How you wouldn't?
Why are you all the way over there? You just go.
Faster than you think.
What are you doing?
Bring it on.
What?
I don't know, I got confused.
Okay.
Right, come here then. Not paper. Why is throwing paper?
Let's read them.
But these reviews of my own show. Excellently awful.
Hello?
Stop, get away from mine. Did you see where he went? Did you see where he went? Did you see the anything important? Maybe a reflection? So, do you like stand-up comedy? I'm a stand-up comedian. Of course you know that though because you're at my show. So, you busy later after the show, maybe? I mean, you're busy now, I can see that. Maybe you want to go for a drink or picnic. You into music? Movies?
What?
Anything? Sorry. Don't touch the stage. Don't touch the stage. Thank you. You know, you're what's ruining this industry. You come here and you just disrupt the show. You can do more with your... Oh. Get off your chairs. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted by what you wearing?
Excuse me?
What are you wearing? The gold shiny thing.
I'm a bachelorette.
You're a bachelorette
Yeah.
from the show?
No.
Oh, you're on a bachelorette
Yeah.
party, and are you the only one here?
I think so. My mates should be on the way.
I think you've been stood up by your friends.
I don't think so. That's rude.
Whose wedding is it?
Today.
Whose wedding is it?
My friends.
Okay, are you close with them?
Yeah, she's my brother's wife.
Just your brother's wife. Wait, so she's already married? I'm just kidding.
I mean, no.
Do you know what a bachelorette party is?
Yeah, it's my friend's bachelorette party. What's your problem?
I don't know. I don't think I'm the one with the problem. But you look lovely. It's nice. It's
Thanks.
yeah. Hi. What's your name?
Hi, Yvonne.
Hi, Yvonne.
No, just Yvonne.
Oh, just Yvonne. What do you do?
I'm a curator,
Of
art.
oh, what kind of art?
Well, just in a gallery.
What kind of gallery?
Modern gallery?
I only do the older stuff. Well, who's your favourite artist?
Well, there's just so many. It's
I mean, name one.
um.
One.
Rachel
You're a
Fraser.
curator.
Yeah, Rachel Fraser is my favorite.
Rachel Fraser.
Yeah.
She good?
Yeah.
Well, that's boring, isn't it? Does anyone else here like art? No?
No.
No? No. Sorry. So, who here loves family? Do we all love family? I love my family. My favourite relative is my gran. She's so lovely. She's so quiet. She just sits there in the living room couch and doesn't bother anyone. But when she was alive, she was a completely different person. It's alright. My granddad says the sex hasn't changed much, so there's that. Actually, you know what? In my family, I'm still classed as a virgin because, like my granddad used to say, it doesn't count unless you don't pay for it. Not the crowd, okay? I'll take that. I'll take that. Are you writing notes?
Yeah.
What notes have you got?
Just sort of on the night and the performance.
Well, I think we're all intrigued to know what notes you have. Take the microphone. Tell us what you got. Yep.
Oh, sure. Okay.
On the edge of my seat.
First, you asked the audience how they arrived at the show. A nice segue to your topic of choice, public transport. You're now the view to trains by sharing a personal opinion. I hate trains. Very negative. Nervous, vulnerability. This is an attempt to get your audience on side. And does it make it funnier if I squat while I talk?
Yeah, it does, yes.
Wait, now I know you've done your research. For here, you weave in a classic technique, the comedic law of surprise, otherwise known as the rule of three. Step one, you start setting up. Introduce the idea by saying, I quote, "Look at the person sitting next to me looking very uncomfortable."
Right.
Step two, it seems you have cramp in your leg, reinforcing the idea from step one. I know your game. Here's the second punchline, the person sitting next to me looking rather uncomfortable. Step three, a sudden change of focus, a deviation from the expected. I observe a beautiful connection between us through our common need to shit on a train. Interesting moment to try your hand at acting. The whole room now knows what your moving method is. I must say, mine is quite different.
What's yours?
I digress. I'm sure you're pleased about that, for it means your methods of distraction have worked. The punchline approaches. Surprise! The person sitting next to you looking very uncomfortable.
I mean, what you've got is good, but I think if you start using your own material, maybe if I give you some tips, I can maybe talk you through some...
Speaking of people sitting next to each other, these two, well, I suppose you could say you have confidence in common. That's a rather generous way of reading my notes. You're a means to his end, not the star, you know? No. Fuck, are you two more similar than I thought?
They did seem a bit similar when I was talking to them. Like they both knew what they were talking about.
It's
but-
wrong, right? Our cultured careerist? While you're really throwing yourself at this experience, you don't seem to have much idea what's going on, but his defeat really amused you. Probably start all these things with fake it till you make it. Yeah, I see you rocking back and forth when you're bluffing. Ah, speak of the devil, the keen bean party straggling sister-in-law?
This is awkward.
I suppose that's my cue to start. Very quick to judge. This one is, wouldn't want anyone looking silly, would you? I suppose one must credit your enthusiasm, although I'm not sure that nuance is really your vibe. Looking outrageous isn't yours tickling either. Did you think I wouldn't acknowledge our little peace breaker? Eye contact is the preferred weapon, but gotta say, your crush over there is less impressed than you think. Your real achievement is obliterating our daft illusion of common ground amongst half a dozen balmy strangers. Oh, you reckless old connect with the room thing. Choking on me, you'd better study tonight, eh? Oh, sit down for God's sake. Your bloody disregard is half the reason he's had to agree to this unpaid gig, where some middle-class student with a saviour complex has validated his art by adding wanky dance moves to his wank jokes, hired me as an overly intellectual tool to spell out his skill set, and to add insult to injury, she is probably going to offer him a shit ton of previously rejected funding, seeing as his meagre stand-up act now slots nicely into the category of interdisciplinary artistic and collaborative practice, which serves the socially conscious agenda of highlighting the undercurrent classist tones of our country's need to organise artistic disciplines into a futile hierarchical structure!
So just a few notes.
Well, it just seems a little unfair that a fight might start in the middle of his performance when I'm sure he'd sit through one of her exhibitions without, I don't know, looking at paintings. I did have a few suggestions for you if you want. I mean, I'm hardly as experienced as you are. I've never actually been on a stage, but, well, let's face it, they stop listening every time the dancing starts.
Sophie.
Sandy.
Sophie.
Sandy.
Sophie.
Sandy. Sandy.
Thank you. Welcome to the stage, Sophie Sandy.
Hello. Thanks all for coming tonight. My name's Sandy.
I've got my head in the clouds, yeah.